If you're struggling with a sectional sofa layout in an awkward living room, especially a small space, open concept layout, or a room with weird walkways or stairs, this video is for you. Today I'm showing you exactly where to put a sectional sofa, how to protect your traffic flow, and when a Chaise sectional is actually the smarter, more elevated choice. Because sectionals are amazing, but when they're placed wrong, they completely take over the room. Hi, I'm Nikki D, your interior design bestie, and this is week 6 of our sofa series. We've already talked about no entry layouts and floating sofas, and today we're leveling it up. Sectionals are harder than standard sofas because they're bigger, they create direction, and they affect flow immediately. And today I'm also walking you through a real viewer submitted living room that perfectly shows why sectional layouts can get tricky. Let's fix it. Before we talk about layout ideas, we need strategy. Sectionals don't get placed, they get mapped. For that, you need to measure your room's length and width, door locations, windows, stairs, fireplace, TV wall, and walkways. Non-negotiables when creating your layout is you need at least 30 to 36 inches of walking space around your sectional. If you don't protect your traffic flow, your living room will feel cramped no matter how pretty it is. Also, don't let the back of your sectional block your brightest window. Today we're going to look at different layout options and you'll see how measuring your space and creating a floor plan is super helpful in visualizing your room. This is something you must do before you buy, especially when shopping for a sectional. For help with this, I have a free floor plan PDF linked below that walks you through step by step. Now we're going to talk about some sectional layout ideas that actually work. You could have an L-shaped sectional in a corner. This is great for small living rooms. A classic small living room sectional layout is to place your sectional along the two longest walls and then keep the center open. You want to let the Chaise land on the low traffic side. Whenever possible, don't shove your sectional tight into the corner. You want to make sure that you give it breathing room. There's also the floating sectional, which is great for open concept layouts. For this, you want to pull it forward and let the back define the room. You can add a console table behind with table lamps and then styling to make it look intentional. Another layout that works is to place your sectional opposite the focal point. For this, you want to center it across from your fireplace, TV, or built-ins. A pro tip when sizing your rug is to make sure that it extends 18 to 24 inches beyond the sectional edges. You want to have the front legs on the rug as a minimum or all the legs of the furniture. Rugs that are too small are going to ruin your sectional layout. There's also the U-shaped layout, which is perfect for large rooms. It's great for families, game nights, and movie nights. You want to balance a heavy sectional with tall art, a bookcase, accent chairs, and vertical lighting. The last popular layout is the modular sectional, which is perfect for awkward rooms. This is also great if you move a lot or like to change around your layout because the pieces interlink together, but you can separate them and change the layout. If you have stairs, angled walls, narrow walkways, modular sectionals give you flexibility. But flexibility doesn't mean oversizing. You still need to make sure that you protect your walkways and have 36 inches of space, which is the ideal amount for two people to pass by each other comfortably. Now we're going to apply all this into the real viewer case study. This viewer has multiple entry points, an open kitchen peninsula, traffic cutting through the seating, and then walkway pressure. What I noticed immediately was that the traffic was cutting directly through the seating arrangement to get to the kitchen. It's also missing an area rug to help ground the seating arrangement. This is why the room feels unsettled. Option 1 is going to be to keep the existing furniture, which I want to point out is a set. Anytime that you have a sofa, a love seat, and a chair, what you see in the showroom is a larger space with overhead lighting. It's going to be different when you bring it into your home. Quite often, that set is not going to work in a traditional living room. You need to choose the pieces that you're going to bring into your space based on your own measurements. I created a floor plan based on the pictures and the floor plan that the viewer sent me. For this first layout, the seating arrangement was shifted more towards the kitchen area and over to the side. This tightened up the spacing, maintained 18 inches around the coffee table, and protected the 36-inch walkway at the side. So now, instead of the traffic going through the seating arrangement, you have a clear path to come in from the front door and go directly to the kitchen area. So the result is that the traffic wraps around instead of cutting through. For this layout, we have no new purchases, just better mapping. Option 2 is to replace the Loveseat with swivel chairs. I talk about this all the time. If you have the sofa and Loveseat combo, move the Loveseat to another room and add 2 swivel chairs. If you already have a set, I recommend splitting it up and separating the pieces into different rooms. So that might be taking the Loveseat and putting it into a guest room, taking the recliner, putting it into the basement. When you separate the pieces, now you can bring in smaller accent pieces and really make the best layout for your own space. Option 2A has the sofa and the recliner from the original set, and then we added 2 accent chairs with a drink table in between. This layout works because it lightens the visual weight, improves the sight lines, and keeps the conversation flexible. It also feels more elevated. It still protects the walkways, but repeats the scale. We can eliminate the recliner, it would change the layout, and then we could have 2 swivel chairs opposite each other with a drink table on either side. This layout allows us to add in a console table when you first enter the room that could be used as a drop zone to put a bowl for keys, to put mail, and you could also style it with a mirror or picture up above. There's also a sofa table in this layout behind the sofa. Option 2B would be the better choice, and for this one, you're only keeping the sofa from the original set. But there's actually a stronger move. The third layout we'll look at is a Chaise versus Sectional. Layout 3A has a modular sectional sofa, and we have the console table at the front door to create the drop zone. There's a round coffee table which helps to create flow in this space. There's also 2 ottomans that give you extra seating or for a place to sit down and put your shoes on. Instead of a bulky modular sectional, you could also use a Chaise sectional. Here's why this is better in small spaces. It provides direction without bulk, it elongates the room, allows negative space, and doesn't box in traffic. We maintain the 18-inch coffee table clearance, 30 to 36-inch walking path, and opens up circulation behind the sofa. And notice I didn't add a sofa table. In awkward spaces, you want to limit the amount of pieces that you add to a room. That breathing space is what makes it feel expensive. Sometimes a Chaise sectional is actually more refined than a traditional L-shaped sectional for a main living room, and that's a design nuance. Now, the biggest sectional mistakes that I see are pushing the sectional against the wall automatically when you're able to float it in your space, having a Chaise cut through the main pathway, having a rug that's too small, blocking your windows, or choosing an oversized sectional because it fits. Your sectional should anchor the room, not make it feel overwhelming. Design rules that change everything. You want to have 30 inches of walking space, a rug that extends 18 to 24 inches, make sure that your Chaise is towards the low traffic side, balance your heavy sectional with vertical elements. In awkward spaces, less furniture often feels more expensive. If you're unsure what design direction fits your space, make sure that you take my design style quiz linked below. And if you want step-by-step guidance on measuring and planning your space, sign up for my course, Design a Home 101. And don't forget to download the free floor plan PDF linked below to help you measure your space. Next week in the sofa series, we're talking about something I see constantly. Living rooms that feel like hotel lobbies because there are just too many sofas. If you have a sofa and a Loveseat and oversized chairs, you're gonna wanna watch that one. Leave a comment and let me know what you're struggling with in your living room. An awkward entry, fireplace, a TV on separate walls, oversized sectional. You might just be featured in an upcoming video just like this one. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if this video helped you rethink your sectional layout, please give it a like and share it with someone struggling with an awkward layout. For more design inspiration, watch this video next. Love you all so much, and I'll see you next week. Until then, happy designing. Ciao.